Hi, welcome to another vlog. It's actually Thursday. I just suddenly thought, I don't think I ever started this vlog. I think I had so much footage from the last 2 weeks, which I combined into one vlog, that I was sort of rushing to get that wholesale order finished, which you'll see in a minute, because I finished that at the beginning of this week. Then I just continued filming, and because I also didn't edit on the Sunday, I edited during this week, it meant that I didn't have that finish at the end of 1 week and intro the next day. So I'm introing now, late. If I find an intro on my phone, you'll get that instead, but I'm pretty sure I never got round to it. If you are new, I'm Jess. I run a prosthetic brand called Jess Effects. Sell silicone prosthetics and moulds to makeup artists in the film and TV industry. I work from my home workshop. I sell online from my website and Etsy. It's a very small business, literally just me. I do have some makeup shops that stock it, but other than that, these vlogs are just me rattling around, getting my work done. And I don't know if that's interesting to people, but it's the kind of thing I like to watch, so I thought I'd share it. But I'll pop in the clips that I already have from earlier this week now. I've actually done an insane amount this morning. It's 12:30. I've done all of my orders, which go up to about here. Then this is 20 pairs of old age eyes for that college order, bit more of orders, and the last 3 moulds for the wholesale order. Wholesale order is all packed as of yesterday, so we'll see if I can get this all sorted in the next 3 hours and shipped today. Right, so those were the orders from Etsy and my website over the weekend. This is another, but I'd made it for the wholesale and I had one extra. And then there's a few discounted products. Let me get the box. So in here, I have like 3 listing on Etsy and I need to consolidate them because one only has a couple left. But it's a bunch of things that weren't made in quite the right shade, so I've discounted them by 50%, and some of those are sold, so that's definitely sold. What else? And then I think a slit throat. There should be a large slit throat in here, but not that one. Oh, maybe it is that one. A large slit throat. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's that one. So yeah, there's not much left. I can add to it if I've got any others knocking about, but yeah, I need to make it just 2 listings because I've sold 8 from one or something like that. But I'm gonna unpin these and redo them on proper card and add them to the orders. And then next I have to cut up some Bondo molds, not cut them up, trim them for one of my orders. And then I'm going to finish the wholesale order. It's now 1:30. What you've just seen has taken me an hour, which actually I'm impressed by. I thought it would take a lot longer. So I'm glad. I should be alright to get all of this out today. I'm feeling like I need to just be done now with the wholesale order, and I really just hope another one doesn't come straight in, because I really need to catch up with other things. I feel like I just said really a million times there. Okay. Maybe I'll just continue and cut up the moulds for you here. Slide them down. So there are 3 sets of these which are to finish off my wholesale order. And then I think that was a spare. There's the 3rd set of them. And then there is stab wounds and another starter kit. That is for the order that someone has made. Plus acne, which I already had 1 set of. So I'll trim these up now, and then we will get back to the wholesale order, I guess. Hello there, future Jess here. I'm just popping in because I realised these clips have no sort of introduction to any of them, but I have finished the wholesale order. It is Monday the 28th of July. In the clip you're about to see, beginning of the week, I got the whole order finished, plus the 28 extra all day dry bags too that I was worried about by some miracle, I guess because I worked Sunday packaging a lot of it. But yeah, I am going to box this up, you're about to see. And the ones I put upside down, that's because they're all those 28 eye bags for the college. In my brain I thought, oh, that will make sense to them if I put them all upside down. It separates them slightly, but obviously they're going to count it anyway when it's received, so it really wouldn't have mattered. You saw in the last vlog, if you watched the last vlog, you already saw me packing and getting ready. So yeah, I'll roll the tape of that now. I may pop up again later if there's anything else that doesn't make any sense. Look at this box I've got. Can't put it flat or the light from the window goes all over it. That's a bit better. I'm doing a tidy up. It's Tuesday, by the way. I edited the vlog today. That took a long part of the day. And now I'm having a tidy in the studio. It's a no or not many orders day. So yeah, I found this under my pile of things. It's a food storage caddy thing. Found it in TK Maxx. Oh, that's going to be really annoying, isn't it? The light from the window. I don't think there's any. There's not much I can do about that. Sorry, guys. It's just reflecting down from the window. Yeah, I found it in TK Maxx. I can never resist some acrylic storage or any kind of storage. I have an actual shelf in here of storage. Maybe I'll show you sometime that I bought and then not actually had a reason to use it because everything's already in boxes. But they come out, so I guess you're meant to put it in the fridge and put like different fruits or whatever you want and keep in it. Lid keeps it on to keep it kind of fresh, but then you can take out the ones you want and you can also take them out to wash them. Anyway, I'm not using it for that, but that's my problem. I don't know what to use it for. So if anyone has any ideas, could you write below? I did think it could be Bondo mould storage, for not for ones for sale, but for my own, like, what would you call it, stock kit, you know, like I keep one of every type of mould that I make, but they're a bit too big. When I saw it in the store I was like, wow, it's a perfect size. I tried cutting off this bit, but still it's better there, but it's still too big a size, so I'm not going to just cut them all down. So either I just get some plastic baggies and I bag up moulds and I can use it to keep moulds, because what I have at the moment is far from ideal. Yeah, but if I'm not using it for this, I don't know what to use it for, and I want to use it for something excellent. I don't have enough little things. I need more little things. Anyway, that's my question to you. What should this be used for? Time for a boring non-work job where I cut my dog's treats in half because they're massive. A scale against my arm. Yeah, massive. So she can't have the whole one, but she's also a beast and gets through anything that's not like a really steady chew. So I chop them in half with a saw and then everything sticks to dog food. Great. So I haven't got my microphone on and the washing machine's on right next to this. I hope you can hear. But this order came from Neil's. I think I ordered it around the same time as Tilt. Came a couple of days ago. And it is 6 more. I believe I ordered 6 of the cat plastic that you saw me get. 1 from Tilt last week. I only got 1 from Tilt because it's all they had, and I just thought I'd take advantage of it being a little bit cheaper there. But I did actually need more, so I've ordered 6 more. Let's make sure. 4, 5, 6. Excellent. I do need to do a bit of a stock take and see what else, because as it's getting busier, I don't want to find myself running out. Hold that thought. Hola is literally just started hammering it down with rain outside. Just as I sat down to film this, the dog is also demanding to be hugged. It's really helpful. What was I talking about? Right, I was in the workshop. Oh, I was opening the Neil's Materials order, and it just seemed weird to talk to you about it while pointing the camera at a box. So, all I was going to say is I should really do a bit of an inventory of my materials now, as it is getting towards September. Things can get busy, like as I mentioned last week, things can get busy as early as mid-August, and it's been busy the whole time, so I don't want to get caught out running out of silicone as it ramps up. So yeah, I need to go through and check, and if I'm like even halfway through my silicons, I think I should maybe order some more now, just to be prepared. And then other than that, I don't have too many orders today. It is now Thursday. Only had a few. They're done. I haven't brought them through yet to like trim and package because I've got very distracted. I have some listings on my Etsy. I have, I think, 3 listings with a bunch of different discounted products, and they're basically products that are in the wrong colour to sell. And there's various reasons that could have happened. It could have been from me testing shades, from me making up shades in a custom colour for people and having extra, accidentally mixing it wrong. But every now and again I go through bits and pieces and I find the odd piece that are just not in the right shade for me. So I put them all at 50% off on Etsy, and I've been doing that. I was going back through some boxes. I've been having a tidy up. Yeah, I don't know if you can even tell, but back there is ever so slightly less crazy. There's not quite as much, quite as big a pile of rubbish. But I've been photographing them. Hopefully I'll have time to edit and upload them later. I don't know if I thought this or I talked about this, and it might have been a previous vlog, but I talked about how the discounted products, one of the listings only had 2 left, so actually I could just add some of these to that and fill all the listings up, I think, rather than make new ones. Yeah, I don't know if that is that the best way to do it, or is it better to make a new listing so it pops up on people's timelines? I don't know. I'll have a think about that. Yeah, the dog is very concerned about the rain. She's standing at the open door staring. She hates water. She's not a very typical spaniel, but she's a rescue, so we don't know. There might be a reason why she hates water. You don't have to go out. You can stay in here with me. Hello guys, I just wanted to catch up because I can't remember where this video has got to. It started last Monday, which was the 28th of July, I believe. It is now the following Wednesday. I think it's the 6th. Yeah, 6th of August. So obviously the last vlog I think went up last Tuesday, and I had that initial footage from Monday and Tuesday already, finishing the wholesale order and moving on to more big orders. But yeah, I didn't know really when I was going to finish this vlog. Haven't had a massive amount of time to film. I did mention that last time that the vlogs may now be a bit wishy-washy. I don't think I'm going to be sticking to getting them out each weekend anymore, or even focusing on a full week. I think I'll just do random periods of time, and when there's enough footage I'll pop it up, just because it's the busiest time of the year coming up. Halloween is usually absolutely crazy, and it's a bit worrying because, as you've seen in these videos, this year has already been pretty crazy for me without that. So I fear I may be drowning a little, and this will have to take back seat. Anyway, yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm having a bit of a day. I discovered yesterday there's like changes to the US tariffs again. There was an originally $800, what was it called? Exemption de minimis, I want to say that's what it was called, but I might be pronouncing that wrong. And that meant that, I don't know around the world, but at least from the UK, any shipments that went in that were priced at lower than $800, there'd be no tariffs for the customer to pay, which was excellent. That's the majority of my orders to US. It's kind of not that often. They're hugely expensive, and often people split them if they want to get more than one, just to avoid things like custom duties. But they've scrapped that, and instead of it just being the sort of blanket 10% tariff, which the UK should be having to import to the US, they're going to be doing 6 months of a flat fee, I think, because they need to get everything sorted. They're going to need to have systems in place to cope with the amount of shipments that are coming into their country, and now everything needs to be 10% 10% tariffed, and obviously that's work. They haven't put that in place in advance, I'm guessing, because instead they're just going to charge everyone that is under that 16% tariff rate. So we're 10, so we're in that. They can charge everyone $80 per parcel that comes in, regardless of price. So someone could buy, what's my cheapest thing? I think my cheapest thing might be that single nose bump mould, and I think that's £9. Someone could buy a £9 mould, which is what? It's got to be $15, maybe even less. and then they'd have to pay $80 on top if they actually want to receive it. So that's already madness. I would say that although I have customers that do spend much more, the average spend from Americans, it tends to be more singular items. So especially for them, they're not going to want to pay. I suppose if it was a production, they might be willing, but yeah, that's not something that's possible. So I'm a bit of a loss what to do, because I can't just write that in the description, like, warning, if you order you have to pay $8, because no one reads that. So then I just foresee parcels sitting in America with no one claiming them, and coming back to me and having to refund everyone. Although Etsy have said that if people do not pay their tariffs and it gets refunded, it will be covered by their protection plan, in which case Etsy would refund them. I guess still, though, only if it's under their $250 sort of limit they've set. But I don't want that. I don't want people to be excited waiting for something and then have that surprise. And it's all, I've seen some people being like, well, people should read the description, but people don't have time. Yes, they probably should read the descriptions so they know what we're getting, but that doesn't mean they should have a nasty shock. And I also don't want to have to deal with those ones who aren't nice about it, because it's stressful. So I can't just keep shipping. That's that solution. So I need to think of a plan. Either I just stop shipping to America entirely, hope it doesn't happen, or hope that 6 months is reduced, it gets scrapped along the way or something. Or apparently this one-off charge is only being used by USPS, who are the American equivalent of Royal Mail. So anything I would send from Royal Mail, or if I wanted to use a service like Parcel Force, that would then get transferred to USPS when it hits America, and they'd be the one charging. If you use a courier service, like UPS or DPD or whoever, they do not charge the one-off fee, and they will go by our actual tariff, the 10%. So that is a solution. I could only offer shipping via courier to overseas, but it does mean that the shipping will go up a lot. Currently I charge £12 overseas shipping, and then if you add extra items in your order, that goes up, but £12 is the flat fee, because I send everything tracked. I won't send anything overseas untracked, and I won't send to countries that don't have a just singular tracked service, because I've had so many problems in the past with the signed for services. So yeah, it would be from £12 currently. I'd probably have to start it at 25. I'd probably have to have a flat £25 overseas fee, and I know some people will pay that. Will they still be annoyed if they have to pay the tariff when it arrives? I'm assuming that most of America will be aware of the tariff situation going on in general in their country and not be surprised, but they may not know the details to find out about this blanket $80 charge. Also, the $80 is because we're under that 16% bracket. If you go up the brackets, if you're in a country that it's a higher percentage, it's, I think 80 is the lowest, 160, and then $200 is the highest. And there's not really any complete guarantee that we're 80. It's all a bit wishy-washy. I'm just desperately hoping it doesn't come into effect, and he who shall not be named has declared this, and maybe someone this time will stop him. I don't know. It's a bit of a wait and see, but I can't wait too long, because it comes into effect 29th of August. So if I send something out as soon as next week, it could get caught up in that 29th of August date, arrive after then, and someone get charged $80. So I really got to decide this week. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to put American shipping on hold, and if anyone from America wants to order something, they'll contact me and be like, "Oi, what's up? I can't I can't order, and then I can give them the option of ordering through courier. I used to use, well, I always use DHL, but I don't think they're going to be the cheapest option. I'm going to have to do some research, but who has the time for research? The dog is also ill. She's got a poorly bum. Sorry, but that means I've been having to cook 2 extra meals every day because I need to cook for the dog. Well, I've been cooking in the morning, like rice and sweet potato, chicken, pumpkin puree, that kind of thing. Binding foods for dogs. And then she can have the second half in the evening. But yeah, this morning so far, I walked the dog. Last night also, she decided she had a limp. I don't know what that was about. It was literally only, we noticed when we were cooking dinner, she had it for the rest of the evening. She seems fine today, but I didn't want to take her to the park or do a mega long walk, because if she actually has it for a reason, it should be rested. The limp is gone. Did I just say that? The limp is gone now, but who knows if there was like a little strain or something that could be exacerbated again, or I'm hoping she just has like something gummy stuck in her paw or something. I did check. I was rubbing all of her leg in different places and checking the joints, and she was not bothered by anything, so who knows what was going on. But she's making my days slightly more difficult to get stuff done. Anyway, I have orders on the go. There's not a huge amount of orders, but a lot of them have multiple things, so it's still a lot to get done. So they're all on the go, and I don't know that I'll be able to get them to the post office today, but tomorrow definitely, because also I have another order through one of my wholesalers, Tilt. Wholesalers in my stockist, I wholesale to them. They are a makeup shop based kind of near Shepherd's Bush. They've ordered on behalf of a college doing our summer school, so it's just a bunch of moulds. I'll show you the moulds. I've been digging around in my stock to see what I already have so I can make less, and I actually have at least one of every mould they want. They only want 2 of the moulds they've chosen, so some of them I even have 2, so I don't actually have a huge amount to make for that. If the other orders happen to be done in time for the post office today, the moulds definitely will be two, but I'm not going to consecutive day post office unless there's an emergency anymore, so I think what will happen is they'll all go out tomorrow, which is Thursday. Also, what else is going on? I'm going to try and upload those discounted products I talked about earlier in the video. They took a back seat. And I've had a couple of books arrive. These are more Vinted books. I can't stop buying reference books on Vinted, and often I find they're mainly text when they arrive, which is similar to this one. Can you see diseases of the skin? I always get a shock because it's backwards in what I'm seeing, but I'm presuming that's right for you. I forget every time. Try and find some pictures to show you that aren't inappropriate. So there's things like burns. We have some herpes. This is eczema. But yeah, it's a bit like that, but it's just a bit thick to manhandle. You see, like, a lot of it is text. So yeah, but it does have some really good pictures in it. The pictures that are there are pretty good. The other book is called Cutaneous Manifestations of Rheumatic Diseases. This is a bit of a bigger book. Again, a lot of text, but I'd say this one is more interspersed with pictures. Sorry for looking away, I'm trying to find examples for you. So yeah, lots of sort of, again, skin things. You saw me over the last few weeks create my hives and my shingles, and there were mosquito bites, so I'd like to do a few more. I've got a few on the list. I already sell acne, like 2 stages of acne, like small little acne spots and big heavy acne clusters, as well as acne scarring, and I have psoriasis molds. So yeah, I might add a few more, and these books looked quite good. Other than that, I think I'm going to watch through the video, and if there is enough footage, I'll upload this today. These are, so I've got, these are, not going to focus, brow block and mould, so there's 2 of them, and then these are all the ones I already have made. They just need labelling. Already made as in, I haven't just made them, they were in stock. So I love it when that happens. That means they can get it out a day quicker, because I said I'd get it out by the end of the week, expecting I'd need till Friday, but now I will be able to post them tomorrow. Yesterday was a bit of a sort of admin-y day alongside orders. I bought an extra external hard drive and then spent quite a while getting all my videos, both from Patreon and from YouTube, organised and then moved onto both hard drives, so I had double copies of them and could delete everything off my laptop, because my laptop was showing as full, and it's like a terabyte, like a 99 gigabyte, whatever number that is for Apple. It's 900 and something gigabytes. It was full. I've managed to get it down to 200 and something now, so that is excellent. I just have to remember to go through the process of plugging in the hard drives and transferring new videos onto there, so I can delete them every few weeks. Why is that such a chore? Like, what is it about it plugging in something external to my laptop that I find so boring and so annoying? I definitely do not back up as regularly as I should. I tend to back up when I have a disaster with my computer, like screens breaking, which if you're a Patreon subscriber and have watched those original studio vlogs, you'll know I killed 2 screens in quite quick succession. Right, I am rambling, but I'm going to end this vlog here, and I will see you whenever the next one is. Thank you for watching. If you have got this far, give me suggestions about what to put in that acrylic box. I love that box. Also, if you know anything more about the tariffs or have worked out a better way of doing things than I mentioned, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that too. Even if you just want to vent your frustrations, it is really annoying. First, the EU's gone and all the countries that come with that, and now America would be, yeah, that would be pretty bad for my business, and I don't know what I'll do, but you can watch with me as we go through it together. I shall see you next time. Goodbye.